Thank you so much, Rakesh. It really means a lot. And I would like to say this that you've been like a guiding light in 2 years. I see that even when I'm not so active, I keep seeing how you try to motivate others. That's a lot of positivity that I draw from you. So I did that first episode, and then you were always very kind and encouraging. So you formed a group. You told us that when you have started it, you have to do at least five. So I did five. Then you said that you have to do 11. Even when I couldn't attend the entire thing, you used to always discuss the code of honor. Don't be harsh on yourself. Be kind to yourself, and take it step by step. So just joining those weekly clarity calls, it used to give you some clarity in the clarity call, and of course, it used to give some sort of awakening or realization. So when I started it, it was just an audio recording that I did, and I just posted it. Again, my intention was from wherever I get coaching business, I will take it. It was never about being successful, being rich, earning through podcasting, or anything for that matter. It was only about getting clients, understanding how I can expand my horizon. People just listen over 5 minutes. It is like, jitna time khana banane mein lagta hai, khana khane mein it's just 5 minutes. So it is the same thing with podcasting. You think about a topic, you research a little, you write it, plan to edit it and the topic name, etc. So it's a long journey. I mean, even now I have people who ask me, "तू करती कब है? तू record कब करती है? तेरे पास time कहाँ है?" They see my life, the way I work, the way I have a child and everything, and then they're like, "कैसे करती है?" I just don't have any answer because it has evolved me so much. Some people, I think they have noticed on the group, and they came to me and they told me that, "Oh yes, we've seen your podcast. We did not get the time to click on it, but we did see your name, and we like how you're being consistent." So that's when I realized that people notice. It's not that people are not responding, so people are not noticing. Thank you so much, Rakesh. It was never possible without you.
Hello, everyone. Before we dive into today's episode, I just want to take a quick moment to say thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for being part of this journey. Whether you have watched one episode or 100, dropped a comment, or shared it with a friend, your support means a lot to us. Because of you, we are now going global, recorded episode across 4 countries and 7 cities. And yes, we just hit our 100th episode. If you have been loving the content and want to see more powerful stories of career transformation and life fulfillment, do us a quick favor. Subscribe to the channel. Share this podcast with at least 10 people. And drop a comment telling us which guest you'd love to see next on Let's Talk Clarity. Let's keep spreading clarity and hope, one story at a time. I'm Rakesh Mathuria, your coaching business mentor and host of the Let's Talk Clarity podcast. Now, sit back and enjoy the episode. Welcome to Let's Talk Clarity podcast. And today is a special episode very close to my heart. And it is not as usual my episode. I interviewing someone along their career journey, but it is something different. But before that, let's welcome Ishita on the show. Ishita, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Rakesh.
So, Ishita, let me first start with that. First of all, congratulations for 50 episodes. Completing 50 episodes is not an easy task. It takes courage, commitment, and so much hard work. So, but before that, let me ask you, why don't you introduce yourself? Means you are a podcaster, you are a coach, but apart from that, who is Ishita?
Okay. So, thank you for that. Let me introduce myself quickly. So, hello everybody. I'm Ashita Gupta, and of course, I'm a life evolution coach, and I am a podcaster. I have completed 51 episodes. Other than that, I'm a full-time doted mother of a 3-year-old boy, and I've been living in Pune since 7 years. I also have an HR professional job, and I have an experience of around 9.5 years now. So, yes, I was very excited when I got into this, and I want to see where I reach.
Great. So Ishita, thank you for sharing your introduction. And I was just listening that you are a mother and doing a job, and along with that, 51 episodes of Let's Evolve podcast. So
Yeah.
let's take us back and start from where you started. So why you started podcast, and what prompted you to start the podcast?
So, it was never about podcasting, Rakesh, for it to start with.
Mm,
And podcasting was never the plan. It was never even in my life goal or life journey anywhere. So I've always been a very organized person and I like planning my life, planning my goals, what I want to do next, etc. So,
okay.
but I also like to learn. I also like to keep learning, keep exploring. And that is also one thing when I became a coach, it increased in me because, you are also a coach. So when we got into this coaching training and journey,
Mm-hmm.
um, one thing was told to us that you always have to keep learning.
Mm,
And there is always a day when you will learn something new. So that is something that was there in the back of my mind always. And you just spoke about your session, I think, on one group, which we were on, a common group. And I thought, let me try it. So my schedule was free. And I thought, let me just explore and see how it can help me. It might not, or it might. And I just attended the session. And that's
okay.
where it all started.
Okay. That's very grateful that you attended that webinar podcast made easy and then took the plunge. And so let us discuss that also, that before starting anything new, because it was not on your goal, it was not on your bucket list to start a podcast. So what challenges have you faced? Means just starting, before starting, or it was easy?
It wasn't, I wouldn't say easy,
Mm,
neither would I say difficult, because it was just a new thing. And every new thing that you're taking up, either as a hobby or as a profession, it is challenging. And it can never be like a cakewalk. So, but it was exciting for me because it was something that I've never done and I've never explored. And I was
mm,
never even a very doted listener that I used to listen to others' podcasts. And for that matter, even now, I don't I have Spotify, but I don't like, just switch on to Spotify and start listening podcasts. So it's not something that, it is imbibed in you, but you have to create that in you. And
mm,
that happens over a journey. So now, of course, I do. Maybe I was a zero then, and now I am at three, and I still do listen now to some podcasts, but not all. But earlier, I used to never listen, so I didn't know how this journey would look like. And you just asked us to record one audio, so I thought, okay, let me try it. And I did hear before a lot of times from friends just on the phone that, your voice is very nice. Like on the phone, it is even more better than in real. So I thought, okay, maybe it's just a compliment, but I never took it seriously. And I did not know that it would be my USP for the podcasting journey. And so when I started it, it was just an audio recording that I did and I just posted it. Again, my intention was from wherever I get coaching business, I will take it or
okay.
I'll start that journey. It was never about being successful, being rich, earning through podcasting or anything for that matter. It was only about getting clients, understanding how I can expand my horizon.
Okay.
So I did that first episode, and then you were always very kind and encouraging. So you formed a group. You told us that when you have started it, you have to do at least five. So I did
Mm,
five. Then you said that you have to do 11. So then I was like, okay, now this is difficult. I don't have topics. I don't know what to do. So I started thinking that it will be somewhere around I have to give gyan to people, or I need to actually talk about some very relevant topics or forecast or I don't know statistics, etc. But then as the time went by, I realized that it is all about authenticity. It
Mm.
is about what you know. So even now, maybe my topics are not something that nobody has ever used. It might be something that others have used too. But I can be 200% sure that my authenticity or my topic or my content might not be used by somebody else and might not be said in the way that I did. So that is my USP. And that is what I have discovered over a journey of 50 episodes and not in the first 10 or first 5 episodes. And people have told me, I don't notice it, but my
Yes.
close ones have told me that we can see it. You hear your first episode and hear your 50th episode, you will see it. And I personally cannot understand it so much, but others can see the journey or others can see the evolution that I've gone through.
Wow, this is amazing. How you started in 5 episode, 10 episode, now 50 episode,
Yeah.
and you rightly said that it is all about the authenticity and the way we express ourselves without any filters
Mm.
and without our own means any filters. So that is very important. So let me ask you this one beautiful question because this is a long journey and
Yeah.
you might have faced challenges, you might have not posted episodes for a long time. So how you overcame those challenges?
Okay. So yes, that did happen. And I think it does happen with everybody, maybe at different times. So
Mm,
podcasting started for me as I told you, it was just an intention of expanding my horizon. So it was never like I have to do it or it's a
mm.
mandate. But
Okay.
over the time it became a hobby.
Mm,
So I am a person who does not like to leave things incomplete. I like to
okay.
complete things. And when I have thought that I will do 15 or I have started a series like the Modern Motherhood series or other series, I don't like to leave things in between. And
Mm,
when that was happening, then I was not liking it. So it was a journey of ups and downs where there were festivals, there were important work commitments which I couldn't miss, there were family commitments that I couldn't miss, because of which I couldn't do. Because as much as people just listen over 5 minutes, it is like, जितना टाइम खाना बनाने में लगता है खाना खाने में it's just 5 minutes. So it is the same thing with podcasting. You think about a topic, you research a little, you write it, you plan around it, and then you record it, and then you edit it. Recording might not come in the first place, and then
mm,
you plan to edit it and the topic name, etc. So it's a long journey. Even
mm.
for one episode, you need to spend that amount. But when people listen, it's just 5 minutes, 7 minutes, or 10 minutes.
Yes.
So people just listen to the output, but there's a lot of effort that goes behind it as well. So that is when I realized that I don't want to take so much stress. And I used to attend your weekly calls regularly in the beginning. But yes, because of the work commitments and a lot of things, lately I'm not able to, but I would like to attend even in the future because even when I couldn't attend the entire thing, you used to always discuss the code of honor. Don't be harsh on yourself, be kind to yourself, and take it step by step. So that always
Yes.
helped because I get so over ambitious that
Okay.
I want to do everything and I just want to finish it. But that was never the intention to start it in the first place. If it's a hobby, it should just give me happiness and I should just do it whenever I can, whenever the time permits. So it's okay even if one week gets missed or I do it maybe the next week. But when I do it properly. So I think I've learned that over time. And now I'm comfortably sitting here with 51 episodes. And I know that I don't have a next episode to be released. I'll release it maybe next week, but I'm comfortable with that thought right now.
Great. Superb, superb. So, let me ask you this question because you have just shared that yeah, you will research, you will write, you will plan. There is a method to it. Actually,
Yeah.
once we started, it was just a recording on a mobile and just started. But after that, it is a method, is a system. So,
Mm.
and then you have also talked about weekly clarity call and code of honor. So, how means your framework and this weekly call and code of honor helped you in maintaining the consistency?
Oh, it helped very well because if I had thought one day that, I will do it this way, and I saw that the topic was a different one in your podcasting, it was about finding your niche, or it was about how to
Mm.
crack clients. Maybe not 100% I was following it, or maybe not even 70% I was following it. But even if that one thing I take back from that weekly clarity call and I apply it in my coaching journey, it used to help because it was all very motivating and it was something that it was needed. And so that's why I always encourage myself to attend the weekly clarity calls, not because, of course, I will learn, but sometimes you just need, even when you're on a break, you're not doing episodes or you're not doing anything, or even not just podcasting, even otherwise. So just joining those weekly clarity calls, it used to give you some clarity in the clarity call. And of course, it used to give some sort of awakening or realization that maybe I can do it in a better way, or I was thinking it from a different perspective. So that always did to me whenever I joined a weekly clarity call. So I would say that that really helped. And the
Yeah.
methodology, in the beginning, I remember you telling us that, have a plan for a series instead of
Mm.
one episode. If you start thinking of a topic one by one, then it might be still difficult. It's not that you can't, but it will be difficult. So I
Yes.
started with model motherhood series, and then in between, I did again single topics, and then now the recent one is the relationship series that I'm doing.
Mm.
And I still have one more episode left in that series. So what
Okay.
I've realized I did both. And what you said was right. So it's not that it has to be done only in one way that you are teaching in weekly clarity, but you have learned out of experience. You've learned out of your journey. So what you're trying to tell us is that if we follow that series now, for the last 6, 7 episodes, I did not have to plan on what topic because it was there. I just had to research and write around it. So that part did get saved and that
Okay.
consumes a lot of energy. So when you have a
Mm.
series, that becomes easy.
Superb, superb, superb. And also touch upon that is how is the format of weekly clarity call, and how we have planned step by step and code of honor means what's your take on the framework of the weekly clarity call?
So the framework is very nice. As I told you lately, I've not been able to attend, but I think you still touch base on every topic in a few weeks or in a few months so that nobody misses out on it. And
Yes.
it talks about sales, how to talk about your own coaching journey or coaching business so that you get more people. It talks about how can you find your niche. So I was a little clear, but I still could find my niche. I remember in the first few episodes, you told me that you're talking about I help working professionals, or
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I help working professionals, or I help people. Something very generic. I don't remember exactly, but it was a
Yeah,
little
yeah, yeah.
generic. And then we spoke about it, and then I changed the wording to middle-aged working working professionals or middle-aged group
Group.
age group.
Yes.
So that is where I expanded, and I also made it my niche because I knew that that is where I'm reaching, and that is the
Mm.
place where people need my help the most, and I can help them the most. So that was the niche that I found in the clarity call that I have attended, and after that, I've started using in my podcast. So it's not like I have many paid clients right now, but I'm sure that the podcasting journey, the clarity calls, and the coaching journey, the way I'm learning, it will definitely
Mhm.
help me someday or the other.
Yes, yes, yes. And let me ask you, because your podcast name is now Let's Evolve. So, and it's been almost 2 years or
Yeah.
less than 2 years you have started. So, have podcasts help you to evolve? Means you as a person also.
Yes, it did. Because I mean, even now I have people who ask
Mm.
me, तू करती कब है? तू रिकॉर्ड कब करती है? तेरे पास टाइम कहाँ है? They see my life, the way I work, the way I have a child and everything, and then they're like, तू कैसे करती है? I just don't have any answer because it has evolved me so much that, as I told you, it was not easy when I started with it. And there were times when I'm like, it's not something that I have to do. So I can leave it in between. But
Mm,
because it became my hobby, and when you do some hobby, it gives you happiness. So it was like a stress buster for me. Of course,
mm,
it took some time, it took some efforts, but it was like a stress buster. So that's when I had to take out time. So again, the same thing that people say, and even we say as coaches, everybody has the same 24 hours. Everybody has the 7 working days. Everybody has, 2 days as holidays, but it's upon how you utilize it, how you do it. So when I started finding time, when I started evolving with time or evolving with my episodes, I've realized that now maybe earlier I used to take 2 hours or 3 hours at once
yes.
to plan it, to do it. And now maybe I just plan it, I divide it into days, half of an hour each day, maybe for 2 days or alternate days, and I'm sorted. So I don't need that much time because now I know what to do and now I have
Yes.
clarity. So that is the evolution that it has gotten to me. And I've also realized that I don't have like too many views, and that was never the intention. I'm sure maybe someday that will happen. But even when one person comes back and tells me that, Ishita, this really helped me, and even in the latest relationship series episode, one of my husband's friends told him that, this really helped me and my relationship. So that's my success factor, and I just want that. I just wanted to reach people, and even if one person gets benefited, then my purpose is solved.
Superb, superb, superb.
Hey, coaches and want to be coaches, I have a great announcement for you. If you want to start your coaching business or want to level up your coaching business, we are thrilled to announce our formula for building a coaching business through the power of podcasting. It is not just an online course, it's a community of coaches where we meet every week and grow together to build your coaching business along with your podcast. So, click the link to attend my webinar, Podcast Made Easy for Coaches, and jump into the Clarity 10x community. Now, enjoy the episode on Let's Talk Clarity.
So also, you have just shared that someone just told that your episode helped them with relationship. Can you share one or two more examples when you got some messages, some WhatsApp or some text message, which gave you the boost that let's continue the journey?
Yes, I do have two very good examples, and I can share that with you today. So, thank you because I think I had forgotten it somewhere in the back of my mind. So, the first example that I would like to give is around the Modern Motherhood series. So, when
Hmm.
I had done that, there were two things that happened. One, people who are not on that journey, when they listened to it, they understood what all I have gone through or what all a mother goes through, and they were empathizing and they were like, oh my god, we didn't know you were going through so much because outside I did not show it. So then they understood how it is and they started respecting me more as a mother. So that is one good thing that had happened. And second thing is there was another mother who had
Hmm.
delivered a few months later, and she was a long lost friend who has not contacted me since a long time and we were not in
Okay.
touch. And that is the time when she got in touch with me, and she was like, these episodes are really helping me. I was not going through a good phase, and my in-laws were not so supportive, and I had a very difficult time with my husband because your life changes after having a child. So I started supporting her, and it was not a coaching session, but I was there as an accountability partner throughout. And even now we do text sometimes, but that is how we reconnected. And she started sharing her stories, I started sharing my stories, and that's how we connected. So that helped during because of this podcast series.
Wow.
So that was one. And second, which will always stay back with me, is that again, my husband, he's been very kind to at least listen to my episodes and put it on his status. So I told him that the only thing you have to do is put on your status. That's it. So that at least our reach is a little better.
Yes.
So he does that. And one of his father had undergone a cancer treatment. and he was under recovery stage. And of course, when I have seen it, and I'm sure you must have also heard or seen it somewhere, that if a person goes through cancer, even if the person is a survivor or not there in the world anymore, the family goes through it a lot. And it's
Yeah.
very difficult for the family to cope up with it, to come out of it. So I had released a series called Bouncing Back.
Mm.
And I had an amazing response from it where people have told me that it helped us bounce back. That person, my husband's friend, told me that because they were going through a difficult phase because of their father, they did not know what to do. His father had also lost hope to live. And he made his father listen to one of the episodes, and he listened to it along with his family, and they were able to bounce back. They got a fresh energy in them to live, and
Wow.
they felt really happy about it.
Wow. The second example was incredible of bouncing back actually. Because let me also share, I also learned so many things about your modern motherhood series because I did not understand what my colleagues, my wife, or they were going through when they are going to office. So I learned a lot from that series. And this present series also, the relationship, I learned a lot because many things we forget, we take for granted. But these
Yes.
small 5 7 minute episode, it just recharges, it enriches that. Hey, are you not forgetting that? Are you taking that relationship granted? So these things are very means enriching while listening, while going, while traveling. So thank you for doing such a beautiful series and 51 episodes.
Thank you so much, Rakesh. It was never possible without you.
Great, great. And here, let me also share that now Let's Evolve is part of Ishita. So, can you share some example? Because when you were recognized that Ishita, she's the one who releases the podcast, or I think in a coaching setup, someone recognized you that Ishita is the one who started the podcast.
Hmm. Yes. So it was the ICF Pune chapter meeting. And there was just a normal meeting. And I usually try to go to these meetings so that I get connected with other coaches. And most of them, like always, it's like I'm the youngest one and everybody is
Okay.
a senior. So I try to learn and I try to talk among their connections. And I am not so great at sales, and I can't really go out and tell somebody that, hey, I'm a podcaster, or hey, I do this. If people see it or if people ask me, then I say it, but not
Okay.
upfront. So some people, I think they have noticed on the group, and they came to me and they told me that, oh yes, we've seen your podcast. It we couldn't hear it, or we couldn't. We did not get the time to click on it, but we did see your name, and we like how you're being consistent.
Mm.
So that's when I realized that people notice. It's not that people are not responding, so people are not noticing. So
Yeah.
people do notice. Maybe they don't have time, and maybe they have different things, but yes, they do notice. And I also got one interviewee as a coach, a career coach from the podcast, from the ICF Pune chapter. So he
Okay.
reached out and he told me that I want to be on your podcast. And I
Wow.
think the 45th episode, if I'm not wrong, is with him. So yeah, that was one journey.
Great, great, great. So now, for me also, now Let's Talk Clarity is part of Rakesh, part of this journey, part of my life now.
Yeah.
And podcast for you also, podcast becomes a part of it because it's just like we are releasing a book, it's a podcast, and just like that. So let me also ask you that how you maintain the consistency because 51 episode, it's a long journey, 2 years. So if you can share any tips or tricks how to maintain this consistency for other podcasters.
Sure. So I would say that consistency is a very subjective word, and we always think consistency has to be in a particular way. So as I shared some time back, I evolved with my consistency as well. So
Mm.
you always think, or you have certain rules for yourself, or somebody tells you that, this is how the consistency should be. But that's not true. As I am a very outspoken and unconventional coach or a life evolution coach. And that's how my podcasting journey has always been, that I speak about topics that are not so comfortable for a lot of people. And I speak about topics that not many people even notice that they have to talk about. So I would say that consistency is the way you have your timelines, you have your consistency. For
Mm.
me, I'm comfortable with it once in 2 weeks now. Maybe it will evolve again after a few days or weeks, but right now I feel once in 2 weeks, I'm good. So
Okay.
that is the way consistency should work. So don't stress yourself with a consistency standard that the world has set for you or
Mm.
you have set for yourself, and make your own consistency pattern. And when you do that, you will not get stressed about it and you will still be consistent because you'll be disciplined.
Wow, this is amazing. That because the consistency frequency it is has to be set by us only, and I think this same I also follow. I also don't follow any routine. Maybe sometimes continuous 3 weeks my podcast is there, and sometimes 1 2 week there is no podcast
Mhm.
because we are following our own consistency and we have to enjoy the process also and
Exactly.
don't be bogged down by the consistency syndrome which is going on and that's what I also told that consistency is actually a myth actually it is the
Hmm.
bouncing back which is important.
Yes.
Great, great. So Ishita, let's talk about that also because we are doing podcasting, we are building our brand to start our coaching business, to have a coaching client. So, what means in the last 2 years, have you got any client or have you got any business through this podcasting or community? How it had happened?
So, yes, I did get a paid client. So, I had one big paid client, I think in the first year itself. So,
Mhm.
that was again through the community and through your support. So, it was a good journey of 6 sessions. And
Mhm.
post that, I would say that I did have quite a few. I did a lot of pro bono coaching. I did a lot
Okay.
of sessions, but paid clients, I did get to the discovery session, but
Mhm.
after that, it did not continue. And I
Mhm.
would say that it's not about the community or it's not about podcasting, because sometimes people think that maybe I'm not doing the right thing. So I would also say that, with Let's Evolve, I have evolved in such a way that I'm not overconfident, but I know that I'm a good coach. I also know that I'm a good podcaster. So I know that I'm not doing anything wrong. People are yet to be more aware about what coaching is and how it benefits them. And in India, especially, people are they just shy away from
Mhm.
investing on their own selves. So that is why most of the clients, they don't turn into prospective paid clients. So I feel that there is a change that should happen, but the learnings that I need to take from you and the community are how to be more better at sales, or how to crack them, or make sure that you influence them in such a way that they turn into a paid client.
Yes, yes, yes. It is important to learn every because coaching business
Yeah,
is a full package and we have to learn
correct.
everything. And this is, you rightly said that in India the coaching is still growing, and people are getting used to it. People are taking coaching, but only we should also have the right coach also and the right coachee also. Then only the
Mhm.
handshake happens.
Correct.
And yes, so let's keep the journey forward and continue the coaching journey, the podcasting journey. And let me ask you this last question because you have to just touch upon the community and the clarity community. So, how you find our clarity community and how is the support everyone is giving to each other and helping each other to grow or evolve?
So I think it has been very nice. So now I'm in your Diamond Clarity group, but I'm also in the lower groups as well. So that is a benefit, because like now when I have a podcast to be released, the first four or first five messages goes to these groups and you. So
Yes.
that is how, because other people or other groups, even once you just get a thought that shall I share it or not? But this community is for podcasting, and here people are to learn and listen to podcasts. So you don't feel hesitant to share it here. You feel that yes, you should, and people do like it. People do listen to it. People do comment on it, sharing their feedback. So it's very motivating when they do that, and that is why this community is good. And I feel that it should be built over, and there should be more people who should be, such. They should support each other.
Yes, yes. So community is all about giving, taking, and sharing with each other and growing together or evolving together.
Yes.
Yes. So Ishita, so now we are almost at the end of our interview or podcast, and I'll just ask you this last question because this last question is very important, and I'm just asking that if someone has just attended this webinar podcast made easy, and they are just about to start podcast and they are having some inhibitions, so what message would you give to them?
Okay. So I would say that first, it is okay to have inhibitions. It is absolutely okay. Nobody is perfect. Don't I think we should never think the main problem that all of us have is log kya kahenge, and the judgment that we feel from others. So when you stop judging others, you will not care about what others think. And that is the stigma that we'll have to remove when you're trying to do something new. And when you remove that, you will remove that inhibition, and then you can start something and take it as a new journey. Just experience it. It may turn out like a magic for you, like it turned for me, or it may not turn out well for you, but there's no harm in trying. At least do the 11 episodes that Rakesh would suggest. And after that, you can decide for yourself what works for you.
Superb, superb. This is amazing that most of the content creator, podcast, they start with the feeling that log kya kahenge, what people will say. And now I am doing podcast from last 5 years, and you are doing from 2 years. And at the start, it was very heavy that what people will say. And even first 10 episode, people started to that, okay, this is just another podcast which is coming. And once people see that someone is doing for 6 months, 1 year, then they will start listening to it, recognizing you as a serious coach. And then everything turned out that yes, the podcast is part of their life.
Yes. And I
Yes.
would say one more point,
Yes.
just to add on to that. There will be people who will criticize you. There will be people who will make fun of you. And it's not easy to ignore it. It's not easy to, just say ki, ha, farak nahi padta hai. But I would just say that try to have the focus more on yourself and more on the positive comments and less on the negative comments and less on the negative from where people are trying to make fun of you. And then it'll get the better of you.
Superb, superb. This is very important because we have to always see the glass which is half filled and not the
Yeah.
negative comments which are coming. Amazing, amazing, Ishita. It's been always amazing to talk to you. And I have seen your journey, how you attended webinar, then started podcast, and let me also say that you are an amazing coach. And I have already heard from some of your coaches that you are amazing coach, amazing podcaster. So from my side, all the best for the future.
Thank you so much, Rakesh. It really means a lot. And I would like to say this that you've been like a guiding light in 2 years. And I see that even when I'm not so active, I keep seeing how you try to motivate others. And that's a lot of positivity that I draw from you. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.